In this video, we will learn how to convert a small unit into a large unit. So far in our videos, we've learned how to convert large units into smaller units. For example, we've learned how to convert a kilometer into a centimeter, where the unit kilometer is the larger unit of length and centimeter is the smaller unit of length. Now we discovered a formula which is denoted by VL times CF, which is value of the larger unit given to us multiplied by the conversion factor. So far we've used this particular formula to convert any large unit into any small unit. But in this video we will learn how to go the other way around, which is how to convert a smaller unit into a larger unit. And here I have taken three examples. So let's call this example A and example B, and then we have got example C. Example A says how many kilometers is 1 centimeter? And the first point is that this basically boggles our mind. How can 1 centimeter be some kilometers? We will look into that in just a little while. Also, if we have a problem, 50 grams is how many tons? Think about this. Can you convert 50 grams into tons? Well, there is a way to do it. 50 grams can never be tons, but it can be expressed as tons, and we'll see. And then we have our third problem, which is 12 seconds is how many days? Now, this all may sound confusing, but we will just look at these problems a little closer, and then I'm sure that we'll be able to convert these smaller units into larger units. Now, in order to do this, again, we need some conversion flow chart. So the first flow chart that we have here, this one here, is the conversion flow chart for length. And this second flow chart is the conversion flow chart for mass. And the third conversion flow chart that we have here is for time. And we already have dealt with them individually in our previous videos. Now, I'm going to come to a little example so that we can understand how a smaller unit can be converted into a larger unit. Now, assuming I have a 1 meter long line, and here is this long line. It starts from here and it ends here. So let us assume that this is 1 meter long line. Now, if I uh, break up this line into 10 equal parts, which I have done here. So this is the first part, and the second, and the third, and here is the 10th part. So what I've done is I have broken this 1 meter long line into 10 equal parts. And each line should be how long? Now, according to your knowledge, each part should be 10 centimeters, right? So if the 10th part is 10 centimeters, so this is 10, 10, and 10, and 10. And so all these parts will be 10 centimeters long. So you can write that each part is 10 centimeters long, and that's why this whole line is 1 meter long. On the other hand, you can also describe each small part as not being 10 centimeter long. Rather, you can use another unit, smaller unit, to describe that each small part is 1 decimeter long. So each part is 1 decimeter. So 1 decimeter is nothing but 10 centimeters. So far so good, because we are describing the smaller part in a smaller unit of length. But if I ask you what is the length of this small section here, or maybe this small section here, or any of these 10 sections, what if I ask you how long is each of these 10 units or 10 parts in meters? That becomes a challenge. So my first question to you is, will these small parts, will each of these small segments, is each of this segment equal to 1 meter? Or is it greater than 1 meter in length? Or is it less than 1 meter in length? So obviously, this small section cannot be equal to 1 meter. This is not 1 meter. Is it greater than 1 meter? So this section is again not greater than 1 meter. So these tiny sections, 1 decimeter long 10 sections, are actually less than 1 meter long. So there is one way to write it down. And what is that way? That way is to write that each part, you can take any of the part, so each part is the 10th part of the whole line. right? So you can also write each part as 1 by 10 meters, because each part is divided into 10 parts and each part is the 10th part of the 1 meter, right? But now this example that I've just done is just to make you understand how a smaller unit, a small part of a larger unit, can still be described in the same large unit. So these small tiny sections, each small tiny section is 1 by 10 meters. So all of these parts can be written as 1 by 10 meters. So all of them are 1 by 10 meters, right? So we have actually described the small parts of the line in a larger unit. But now this is complicated if we have to convert, let's say, something far more complicated. Now, how are we going to go about it? So there is an easier way which we will come to see in our next video.